I'm Stephanie, welcome back to my channel. Excuse the big pile of books that you can see over there because I've run out of space on my shelves. So I'm actually having a bit of a no-buy situation going on right now with my books, so just ignore that. I will find somewhere to put them. I hope you're all good, and it's the time of year now where we're starting to look for Christmas presents for things, so I thought I'd share a couple of gifts that I've received recently that might make good presents for the bookworm in your life. I was recently gifted these by my husband for our wedding anniversary. I haven't opened them yet because I was saving them for this video, but they're these beautiful editions of classic horror books. This first one is Bram Stoker's Dracula, so I'm just going to crack open the plastic and let's have a look. Helps if you can open it. Yes, there's also not a pile of books on there that need to be moved. Okay, so that's the plastic off. Now look at this. Colin is very excited by this. So it's very, kind of sounds weird to say, but it's very gothic. I really like that. I love the details. And it's got a, is that an upside down? Oh, I thought it was a pentagram, but it's not because it's got too many little spikes, arms. What do you call the things on a points? Yeah. But yeah, I love the little details on it, and it's got kind of, it's black and grey and kind of creamy, so it looks like a faded document almost on the front, but with some gilt embossing on it. And then the pages are all gold on the side. It's not been cracked yet, so are we ready? We're ready. That wasn't as satisfying as I thought it was going to be. I usually love a bit of page, you know, when they're all stuck together from the paint and it makes that crinkly noise. It smells good too. Just letting all my book fetishes out there. Anywho, on the back there is a lovely quote, and then that's what the spine looks like. So this is from the company Fingerprint with an exclamation mark. And on the back it says, "For life be after all only a waiting for something else than what we're doing, and death be all that we can rightly depend on." The price on the back is Canadian. It's the only price that's on there, and it says for this one $26.99. Now I didn't buy this. This was a gift from my husband, so I'm not sure what this is retailing for in the UK, but I'm going to guess between £15 and £20, which it's a very, very nice edition, so I think that's reasonable. And then, oh my god, was not expecting that. Look at those end papers. Oh, that's amazing. So this is actually the first time I'm obviously opening them because I took the plastic off, but I was saving it, and I thought they were going to have really boring, just patterned end papers, because that tends to be what you get with classics. And then a little info about Bram Stoker. I haven't read this for a really long time, so I can't remember if it starts with 1857 edition generally, or because it's got a whole thing about the places have been placed in sequence which will make manifest in the reading of them. All needless matters have been eliminated. Oh yeah, I kind of forgot that it was kind of like a found footage kind of assembled documents thing. I feel I need to read this again. It starts with a little chapter heading of Jonathan Harker's journal, which reminds me I really want to start properly journaling this year. Each chapter's got these little headings. Yeah, that's really beautiful. I'm really, really pleased with that. I have got a couple of different editions of Dracula actually, and someone did ask me a question about in the comments about why different editions have different numbers of pages in them. The main thing to look for when you're looking for a classic edition, an edition of a classic book, is if it's unabridged or abridged. If it's abridged, that means that it's been cut down and simplified. If it's unabridged, it means that it's an edited version of the original text. But depending on which publisher has printed it and which edition it is, it may have been slightly differently edited. You also need to take into account the size of the print. Are there any illustrations in there? Because some of these classic books were actually put together from stories submitted into newspapers and things like that over a series of time, which is why they're then put into volumes and things like that. Like Charles Dickens books, they some of them go on forever because he was putting them in newspapers weekly, and he'd get paid weekly by the word. So that's why sometimes they're different, but there will usually be, in the beginning of the book, there'll be a note on the text or something like that, particularly with Penguin books. Penguin books usually have a little essay almost at the beginning of them to explain about the version of the text they're using, any changes that they've made, any differences between that edition and something else. So that's all a number of reasons why you might have different numbers of pages in the same book, but different versions, if that makes sense. I do plan on doing an actual proper video about that at some point, but that was just a little snippet to put in there because I have seen that I've been asked that question. So there you go. And this is the same edition of Frankenstein. It's again Fingerprint. Again, it's all wrapped up in its plastic. So let's do it. They don't make these easy to get into, do they? I mean, which is good, I suppose, because if you're buying it from a shop, you don't really want someone to have flicked through it. I'm very fussy about my books. I don't like people marking them, bending pages over. So this is it. It strangely seems more modern than the Dracula one. I don't know if it's because, I mean, this one, it was meant to be modern science, wasn't it, at the time? Whereas this one looks more gothic. But I still like it. It's got a little scene from the book on it, and then this lovely silver markings. But again, it's very geometric, whereas this is very gilt and swirly and Victorian. That one looks more modern. I love the colour scheme on this. It really reminds me of there's a Jigsaw, The World of Frankenstein, and it's beautifully illustrated. It was really difficult to do because it's got a lot of pinks and greens and yellows in it, but it's really beautiful. And the design kind of reminds me of that a little bit. So this one's got silver edges, and then on the back we've got the hand reaching through. I ought to be thy Adam, but I am rather the fallen angel, whom thou drivest from joy for no misdeed. I was benevolent and good, misery made me a fiend, make me happy, and I shall again be virtuous. Bit of a mouthful. Again, the price on this is in Canadian, so it says $21.99, which again I would say is probably in the price range of between £15 and £20. There is a slight difference in the price, but however, there's a massive difference with the size of these books. This one's at 430 pages-ish. This one is at 270. Oh my god, I just saw the end papers. Oh, look at that! That is so pretty! Oh my god, love it. Let's see if we get a crack from this. That one's a little bit more satisfying. This one smells more booky, that one smells more gluey. Just FYI. And then we've got the front page of the book. Little info on Miss Mary. And then we go straight into the book. Oh, it's got the original dedication. William Godwin. Volumes respectfully inscribed. And then lovely little chapter heading. Oh, I like the rose as well. You can see that. Oh, so they've got different ones on this one. So there's the house, and then there's a vine. Oh, hang on. And then there's another one. I actually was planning to reread a lot of classics next year for my 2025. because I'm doing some changes to how I do my reading list, which I'll probably do a little video either on here or on TikTok, just to talk about my reasoning behind what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. But yeah, I think I might actually like these editions to read because they seem, they've got little ribbons as well. Pulling some lovely faces, I'm sorry. And then there. So they've got little built-in bookmarks, so there is no excuse to bend over pages like a monster. But yeah, they seem quite light. It seems quite compact. It's not tiny. Yeah, see. So you can see the difference there. This is a standard hardback size. So it's quite petite. Nice size for holding to read. Because sometimes if you're reading a great stonking hardback, is it just me or do you get cramp in your hands? Because I do. So I might actually read these editions, and I'll probably do a video at some point comparing my different editions of Frankenstein and Dracula, because I have a few. But let me know in the comments, do you have these editions? Would you be prepared to get these editions? I actually like that they seem to be quite reasonably priced. At the moment, things seem to be escalating massively in price all the time, so these seem quite reasonable. Again, I will put in the rider there that I did not look up the UK prices because I didn't buy these. My husband bought these for me, and I'm not that person who immediately goes up and looks how much something cost, because how much did they spend on you? It's not important. It's the thought that counts. That being said, have you seen these editions before? Are you interested in them? What kind of videos would you like to see from me in the future? I'm going to try and get to be more regular in my uploading. And yeah, drop me a comment down below. Let me know what editions you've got your eye on at the moment. You can also follow my blog, which I'll leave in the description. And if you're not following me on TikTok at Stephanie Michelle Reads, why are you not following me on TikTok? I do post there quite regularly. I'll also pop in my Instagram and stuff like that underneath if you want to go and have a look. But to be honest, I've not really been posting on Instagram that much recently because, again, I'll do another video on that. But it seems to me like everything is just pushing you to try and sell things. And I'm more about sharing what I have, the things that I'm interested in, not necessarily trying to convince you to buy things because there's enough of that out there. Anywho, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye.